Hello everyone and welcome to another one, actually our final one of the 2024 Tour de France stage preview. And if you're new here, why not subscribe to the channel and check out some of our other videos. But the final stage, the 21st stage of the Tour de France for the first time in a very long time, won't be in Paris and Champs-Élysées because of the Olympics, but rather this will be a final time trial. Of course, we're all thinking about the 1989 Tour de France that came down to a time trial in Paris, but this time it will be one in Nice and maybe not as exciting as the one back then. But the time trial is between Monaco, which will be another country that the Tour de France visits this year, and covers a total distance of 33.7 kilometers and has an elevation gain of about 600 meters. The stage features two significant climbs before a dramatic descent towards the Côte d'Azur. The starting point of the race begins in Monaco, renowned for its glamorous harbors, luxury yachts, and as a playground for the rich and famous. This state is of course inhabited by plenty of Formula 1 drivers and even cycling royalty such as Tadej Pogacar, Chris Froome and Geraint Thomas. Monaco's association with high stakes racing is well known, but on this day it will play host to the decisive stage of the world's greatest cycling race, not for the first time, as we saw the start of the 2009 Tour de France starting in Monaco. And on that occasion, it was a 15.5 kilometer time trial. And on the day, it was Fabian Cancellara who took the victory ahead of Alberto Contador and Bradley Wiggins in third place. And this is the point where we're going to tell you all that I have, of course, done this very stage on the Cycling Day in Action channel. So why not head over there and see how I fared around the roads here in Monaco and into the finish in Nice. But the 2024 stage, the initial segment is relatively flat, allowing the riders to build up in speed before they head into the more challenging terrain. The route initially takes them in the direction of Italy, showcasing the stunning coastal scenery before making a U-turn that sets them on the path towards the first climb. The first climb is up to La Turbie, and after a brief stint on the flat, the route takes a decisive turn upwards as the riders climb the D53 to La Turbie. The 8.1 kilometer climb has an average of 5.6%, providing the first major test of the day. La Turbie is a beautiful village perched high above Monaco, offering stunning views of the Mediterranean Sea, and this climb certainly has a lot of hairpins along it and will have some tests to the riders. Unlike me, they won't have a lot of traffic as well. The climb to La Turbie is a staple in many local races and is known for its strategic importance. Riders will need to manage their efforts carefully, balancing the need to conserve energy for the rest of the time trial as well, with the necessity of maintaining a strong pace. I don't think we will see a bike change here, as the climb isn't too tough, so it won't be like La Planche de Belleville where the riders opted for a bike change. The riders will then, after cresting La Turbie, descend towards the village of Ez. This descent is a critical section of the stage, requiring technical skill, especially on TT bikes, and very full concentration. The roads are winding and narrow with sharp bends that can catch the riders off guard. Speed is of the essence here as the clock is really ticking. Ez is of course known for its fixture in Paris-Nice, often making a key point in the race. The descent into Ez offers a brief respite before the next climb, but the riders must remain focused to avoid any mishaps. Col d'Ez, instead of continuing the usual route straight ahead and down towards Nice, the riders will face a sharp right that leads them into the steepest climb of the day. The Col d'Ez, 1.6 kilometers long with a punishing gradient of 8.1%. This climb, short but intense, will test the riders' power and climbing prowess. The Col d'Ez is notorious for its difficulty. Despite the short length, the steep gradient will force the riders to push themselves to the limit, knowing that every second counts in this final time trial. The climb is a decisive point in the stage where the strongest riders can gain some valuable time. The Col d'Ez, of course, has a magnificent tradition with Paris-Nice, where it's been used several times as a time trial in a number of years, but of course it's gone a bit away from that. The last time it was used as a time trial in Paris-Nice was in 2015 when Rishi Port won on that occasion. We've had plenty of other winners in the time trial as well. Sean Kelly, Raymond Poulidor, and even Eddy Merckx, of course. And it's also featured in the Tour de France a number of occasions, last time being used on that second stage of the Tour in 2020 when it was friend of the channel, Nico Roth, who was the first rider to cross the line. After reaching the summit of the Col d'Aise, the riders will enjoy a fast and technical descent towards Nice. This downhill section is crucial and allows the riders to make up for lost time on the climbs or extend their lead. If your name is Tadej Pogacar or Remco Evenepoel, the roads are smooth and require precise handling and full attention to navigate fully down. The descent leads them directly to the Promenade des Anglais, a famous stretch along the Mediterranean Sea in Nice. Here the route flattens out, allowing the riders to shift into the highest gears and push towards the finishing line. The flat segment along the Promenade des Anglais is an opportunity for riders to showcase their incredible aerodynamic positions and maximize the speed. The final kilometers of the stage takes the riders into the heart of Nice. They'll make a U-turn on the Promenade Anglais and head towards the city centre, finishing in on the Avenue des Médecins. This bustling avenue, lined up with shops and cafes, will be transformed into a vibrant finishing line packed with spectators eager to witness the conclusion of the 2024 Tour de France. The atmosphere in Nice will be electric as the riders cross the finishing line, and the elegance and charm of this city will be a fitting backdrop of the culmination of 3 weeks of racing for the riders. The crowds will cheer, the city's beauty will add to that grandeur of the event. This is the first time in history that the Tour de France will conclude with an individual time trial between Monaco and Nice. The decision to end the race with a time trial adds to the element of unpredictability and excitement. It offers a final chance for the general classification contenders to make a last-minute bid for glory and defend their positions in the top 10 against all odds. This will certainly be interesting as we will go away from the Champs-Élysées finish as we've been so accustomed to. In terms of predictions, of course, there's only two names you can really, or three names, shall we say, that you can really think about. That is Remco Evenepoel and Tadej Pogacar, who jostled it out on that first time trial earlier in the Tour. Both of them putting a lot of time into their other rivals. Maybe Jonas Vingegaard will be able to do something here with the varying terrain, but we have to consider that as well, that these are the training roads of Tadej Pogacar, so maybe he does have home court advantage here. Other time trialists as well, Joao Almeida, Matteo Jorgensen, and Kevin Vauclain could potentially be up there in the mix, but equally Derek G could potentially throw up a bit of a shock in the top 10, or even Simon Yates if he's still in the race. There's plenty of riders who do have a good time trial, or even we might see Wout van Aert try and get a stage victory that he hasn't really managed to do. Lower end of the top 10, that will certainly be a tight battle to see who will stay up there, and some of the more fragile riders when it comes to a time trial might be a bit worried about the stage. But the leveler is, of course, the climbs that we've got in the stage, and we could see a very iconic battle here from the riders. That concludes this year's Tour de France. From me and our little team, we'd like to thank every single one of you who have checked out all our different stage previews, hit the like buttons and subscribed. We really do appreciate it. And with that, thank you for watching, and we will see you for the Olympics.